Alright, first official test fit. Actually went pretty good. It's kind of centered in the bay where I want it, front to back, which is perfect. Oh, clears the master just by a hair. Perfect. One thing that you probably can notice, she is not sitting low enough. That is our first hang-up with this project, actually. The oil pan does not clear this K-member. It's pretty much as low as it can go, and the sump does not get behind the cross member. And I got the motor where I want it to be sitting, front to back, so I can't really go any further back. The heater hoses are actually kinda hitting the firewall already. Though it's gotta go down a little bit more to give it a little more clearance, but other than that, looks pretty good. Very excited to see what this car looks like with this motor sitting in the bay. It's pretty badass, despite the fact that I'm getting my view ruined by this. But basically, now we gotta sit down, go back to the drawing board and weigh the options here. Either I can take this brand new K-member, chop it up to make it clear the sump, or buy a different K-member and gamble with that and see if that one works. I know there's a few that are guaranteed to work. Not exactly sure where they have their engine positioned though, if it's going to be the same where mine is or not. Otherwise, I don't know, start making one from scratch, or if I really wanted to, I could actually probably start chopping up the original one and just kind of see what we can figure out there just for the time being so I can get started on my motor mounts. And then I could just buy a different tubular K-member later and swap everything over. But we will see. As for now, it's sitting in there. One more thing I would like to add, as far as where the engine's sitting in the bay front to back, I have no adjustment there because the way that I chose to build this car is I'm actually using the stock T5 and I have the QuickTime adapter bell housing. So my whole theory here was to actually use the original trans cross member, and I actually bolted it back in the car and then put the bell housing on it and then just mated it to the motor and just kind of, what I would say, play the ball as it lies. Lower the motor down, and wherever it sits is where it sits. And actually it worked out really well. This being obviously a very long engine, I wanted to get it as farther back towards the firewall as I can. And this is actually a Fox length bell housing, so it is about 11/16 shorter. So that helps, obviously, give me a little more room up in front of the motor, but it was kind of a gamble because I didn't know how much clearance I'd have between the motor and the firewall, and it actually did work out great. So it's pretty much perfect. It's as far back as I can go. So I don't know if there's other kits that actually sit the motor even further back into the firewall or not. Maybe that's why they have better luck clearing these K-members. But I'm definitely happy with where I have it here, so I'm going to go ahead and start hacking away until I can get something built so that it sits where I want it here.